consider him a top 5 fighter on the planet right now. Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Terrence Crawford are 4 of the biggest names in the world in the sport of boxing. Got to talk to Max Kellerman. I mean, that's the boxing guru right there.
Yep.
Listen to him, watch his show. This just...
Father did a great job. I mean, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
We just react to what we see, right?
Yeah.
After the fight, Ryan was a little critical of his own performance.
Wow, okay.
As dominant as it was. And guys, I agree with Ryan. He looked sensational in many respects. But I think he could have knocked Barrios out.
Yes. I was impressed with the most. He didn't just go with his jab. He didn't just go with his classic left hook. He went with his jab. And the key shot was the same shot that Floyd Mayweather continued to hit Miguel Cotto with. The right hook around the guard, the right hook around there. Ryan did a good job.
Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith reacts to Ryan Garcia win over Mario Barrios, and the discussion quickly turns critical of Mario Barrios. Both analysts highlight how dominant Ryan Garcia looked, especially with his speed and footwork. Kellerman suggests Barrios was outclassed technically, while the overall reaction frames Garcia's performance as sensational, leaving Barrios unable to match the pace or sharp combinations throughout the fight.
I thought, guys, was the most impressive part of Ryan's game, his feet. Ryan's feet have never been on par with his hands. Ryan's got hand skills. Hand skills, and he's got speed and punching power. He is one of the specially talented fighters in boxing, so the standards for you, Ryan, are not the same as the standards for a normal fighter because you are not a normal
Kellerman
fighter.
believes Ryan Garcia should have closed the fight earlier after hurting Mario Barrios. According to him, Garcia had clear control once Barrios was rocked, and the bout shouldn't have gone the full 12 rounds. Kellerman suggests Barrios was technically and physically outmatched throughout the contest, reinforcing the idea that Garcia was operating at a higher skill and performance level inside the ring.
A straw man, like, I don't mean he has to knock him out in the first round, but once he hurt him and then Barrios got out of the first round, maybe break him down and stop him in 5 or 6 or 7 or 8.
I don't think Barrios should have went 12 rounds.
No, Barrios is not.
Shakur Stevenson acknowledged that Ryan Garcia delivered a strong performance but raised questions about how exceptional the display really was. Stevenson jokingly questioned whether testing protocols were involved in the fight, suggesting Garcia looked unusually sharp. He also compared this performance to Garcia's earlier bout against Roelli, implying Garcia appeared much more explosive and technically refined in this contest than before.
I definitely think that he's going to have a lot of confidence, but at the same time, if he's going up with a fighter like Shakur, it's going to be different because they've been in the ring with each other many a times as kids, and he's going to have that edge mentally over Ryan, even going in the ring, set aside his skill set.
Joe Goosen explains that Ryan Garcia fought exactly the way his camp expected him to. Although they prepared for Garcia's speed and timing, Garcia still managed to land damaging shots, including a first-round knockdown. Goosen admits Garcia's movement and footwork made him difficult to control, but they were able to block many of his attacks despite being outscored during the fight.
Look, that's exactly how Ryan fights. That's exactly how I knew he was going to fight. We tried to prepare for it as best we could. I think, aside from that knockdown in the first round and a few other shots Ryan landed, we blocked a lot of his shots. Ryan obviously outscored us. He's tricky. He's great on his...
Ryan Garcia reveals that his camp strategically trained to counter expected defensive preparations, practicing a right hand while opponents anticipated his left hook. This tactical deception allowed Garcia to create confusion and land effective strikes. He explains that the game plan worked perfectly because the opposition focused on one threat while he executed another, showing high-level fight IQ and preparation inside the ring.
The first round, that's pretty crazy. But I knew he was the champion, and he was going to just let it go that easy. So just stayed focused and went back to the jab. Well, yeah, I mean, I dedicated this fight to my father. That that was the beginning of this whole journey. I said, Dad.
Henry Garcia explains the tactical master plan behind Ryan Garcia's performance, focusing on ring confusion and movement. The strategy was to keep the opponent guessing by using jabs and boxing from the center ring while setting traps around the left hook. The plan involved reversing expected attacks by showing right hand threats first before delivering the left hook, which ultimately worked effectively during the fight.
You're going to confuse him. He doesn't know how to fight in the ring. You get out jabbing, you get out boxing, and that's exactly what it is. And then lastly, I said, everybody's going to watch, look out for that left hook. But we're going to trick them. And when we do the right, we're going to reverse it. Then we'll come back with the left.
Ryan Garcia entered the fight carrying enormous pressure, but responded with a statement performance from the opening seconds. His ring walk confidence and aura suggested he was fighting with a purpose. Rather than staying defensive, Garcia immediately imposed his presence in the center of the ring, signaling aggression and intent. The early round action reflected a fighter determined to prove himself on the global stage.
Tonight, a ton of pressure, and he started this fight like the world was watching. He started this fight like he had a point to prove. He came out in the first round after an immaculate walkout from both fighters. Mario Barrios had Aztec dancers and drums as his walkout. Ryan Garcia had the aura, the ambiance in his walkout. In the first round, seconds in, this was a statement move for Ryan Garcia. He didn't even stay in his corner.
Timothy Bradley Jr. praised the speed and sharp counterpunching timing of Ryan Garcia, describing him as extremely fast inside the ring. Bradley emphasized that Garcia's motivation level looked extremely high, comparing it to the intensity he showed before the fight against Devin Haney. According to Bradley, this version of Garcia displayed explosive hand speed, combined with aggressive counter-attacking rhythm. The performance suggested a fighter mentally locked in and physically prepared for high-level competition, showing that his conditioning and fighting hunger were both at elite level during this bout.
Did Ryan look like he was fast in the motherfucker? Yeah, that motherfucker looked fast as hell. Was Ryan counter-punching? His timing was on point? Yeah, his time was on point. Was Ryan Garcia, was he motivated? Hell yeah, he was motivated. The most motivated I've seen him since the Devin Haney fight. And we know what happened after.
Mario Barrios showed tremendous toughness by surviving the early explosive attack from Ryan Garcia and taking the fight into later rounds. Analysts believe Garcia's right hand knockdown in round 1 set the dominant tone of the match. Barrios was praised for his durability because many expected an early stoppage. However, Garcia's sharpness, speed, and explosive finishing power made him look technically superior throughout the contest. The performance reflected Garcia's ability to control distance and rhythm, demonstrating why he is considered one of the most dangerous offensive fighters in modern lightweight and welterweight discussions.
Garcia was dominant. I didn't think Barrios was going to make it out of the first few rounds, but not only did he made it the distance. I give him credit for hanging tough. Yeah, he's always a tough guy. But, you know, Garcia, first of all, drops him with the right hand in round 1. He was on point. He was sharp. He looked like the guy that fought Devin Haney again.
Oscar De La Hoya described the performance of Ryan Garcia as a masterclass display built on discipline, calmness, and tactical combination punching. He highlighted Garcia's ability to maintain composure while repeatedly using the jab to control space inside the ring. De La Hoya praised the game plan execution, encouraging Garcia to stay relaxed and enjoy his fighting style rather than forcing unnecessary power shots. The consistent combination attacks showed high ring intelligence and strategic patience, proving that Garcia can operate effectively when following structured tactical instructions under pressure.
It was a masterclass performance. That jab he was popping, the way he was calm, cool, collective, literally. But I love the fact that he was using his combinations and he stuck to the game plan, you know? He just had to stay calm, that's it. Right. Have fun. I was yelling, have fun. Just...
David Benavidez believes Ryan Garcia delivered a strong comeback performance after suffering his first major career setback. Benavidez highlighted Garcia's improved jab, movement, body shot accuracy, and incredible hand speed. According to him, Garcia's confidence and fighting rhythm returned, making him a serious threat in the 147-pound division. This victory was seen as a psychological reset that restored his momentum and fighting identity. Benavidez also warned that Garcia could become a dangerous contender moving forward, especially if he continues improving his defensive positioning and explosive offensive combinations inside future matchups.
His performance, man. It was a good performance, man. He looked good. He looked good. He had good jab, good movement, good body shots, and bro, his speed is crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of good fights from him at 147. You know, this is a good bounce back from him because this is coming back from his first loss. I mean, from his loss with Rolly, and now he's a world champion again. So, you know, not only did he gain his confidence back, gain his mojo back, and now he's going to be a force.
Conor Benn praised the performance of Ryan Garcia, calling him a great fighter who delivered a spectacular display inside the ring. Ben suggested that Garcia could be next in line for a major matchup if he continues performing at this level. According to Ben, the focus should now be on making the fight happen if Garcia is willing to accept the challenge. This statement adds pressure on future matchmaking decisions. Garcia's performance showed explosive offensive rhythm, speed, and confidence. The conversation around this potential clash increases commercial and competitive interest because both fighters represent high-profile names in the modern boxing landscape, making a possible matchup financially and sportingly attractive.
The Ryan fight. Yeah, I think he's a great fighter. What a great performance. But ultimately, you know, Ryan can get it next. I believe that's the plans. If he wants it, he can get it next. So yeah, let's get it done. Can you get a picture with the champ?
Bernard Hopkins believes that Ryan Garcia had to prove himself by staying composed and demonstrating real fighting ability inside the ring. Hopkins questions critics who doubt Garcia's punching power, suggesting that this performance allowed Garcia to show his true identity as a fighter. He emphasizes that Garcia successfully answered questions about his boxing style and capability under pressure. According to Hopkins, this was an important moment because it helped redefine public perception about Garcia's skill level. The performance was more about technical confidence than pure aggression, proving that Garcia can control fights through strategy and timing rather than relying only on knockout power.
Ryan had to gather himself, and you know, Ryan power is somehow can be questioned. I don't know how, but why, but I'm just pleased that he got a chance to show.
Bruce Carrington believes this fight was the perfect platform for Ryan Garcia to demonstrate the depth of his boxing skills. According to Carrington, Garcia looked significantly better than in his previous fight against Rolly Romero. He suggests that the performance should not be judged solely on that single past outing because Garcia showed sharper movement, better timing, and improved ring control. From the first round, Garcia established dominance and dictated the pace throughout the fight. Carrington believes this version of Garcia displayed tactical maturity and offensive consistency, proving that he is evolving into a more complete and dangerous boxer at the elite level.
Shushu, what do you think of Ryan Garcia's performance?
I think that was good, y'all. Was good. How you doing? I really think that this was a good place for him to show like how deep his bag is, and he looked really good. Like, he looked much better than he did against Rolly. And I was kind of saying like that one fight with Rolly was the only time we've kind of seen Ryan like that. So I didn't really want to put that on him. Granted, it was his last fight, but still, he looked really good. He looked sharp from the first round. And he was having his way the whole time.
Fernando Vargas stated that Ryan Garcia was simply too sharp for Mario Barrios during the fight. Vargas highlighted Garcia's precision punching, especially the hook combinations that constantly pressured Barrios and prevented him from finding space inside the ring. According to Vargas, Barrios struggled to escape Garcia's offensive rhythm and was forced into defensive survival mode for most of the contest. Garcia successfully landed nearly every shot he intended, showcasing elite accuracy and timing. Vargas congratulated Garcia for a dominant technical performance that demonstrated superior skill execution, offensive control, and finishing instinct against a tough and durable opponent inside the ring.